Well, you know that most of the students of earth science and geology, they know your name because of your classification. How do you feel about that? Like everybody knows your name.
I feel horribile because that's an Italian word. It means horrible. Because I think I've made many more important discoveries than that, yet that's the only one that a lot of people know about.
Huh.
For example, I think my greatest discovery, which I think is my greatest discovery, but other people think it's a career-busting fiasco. Fiasco in English means a big problem. You're stupid and so on. Was the discovery of these very small bacteria in the hot springs of Viterbo. And, well, I've got a picture right here. This is a Viterbo hot spring. It's in Lazio, north of Rome. Here's a normal bacteria here, and these are all these very small spheres, about a tenth the diameter of this, which are, in my conception, very small bacteria. And of course, the biologists all think this is total merda. It's an Italian word which I won't translate. And probably 90% of geologists think this is pazzo too, this is crazy.
So which is your relationship, the relationship that you experience with between geologists and biologists?
I think biologists do not like it when geologists make huge discoveries in biology. We would feel the same thing about somebody coming from another field and telling them, geologist, you're completely crazy about this idea. I mean, it's something, you know, it's just natural human nature.
So in general, the biologists, they didn't help you. They don't help you.
No, they don't like the, see, we're getting objects which we think are living creatures about 1/50th the size of what biologists say is the limiting size of life. So ours are 1/50th that size. And so they say, you're crazy. Huh?
Huh. So, and because of this discovery, you had some relationship with NASA, is that right?
Well, the very small bacteria that we discovered at Viterbo for the first time, the NASA people found the same sort of objects in the Martian meteorite. So for a time, this was, you know, big news that this is the first finding of extraterrestrial life. But then the biologists came in and said, no, you guys are nuts. These are way too small. They can't possibly be bacteria.
So right now, do we have life in Mars, or we don't know?
I think so, yes. I think we certainly had life at one time in Mars. And I say the main argument against this idea is the fact that these things are so small. But my colleague, Brenda Kirkland at Mississippi State University, has got beautiful pictures showing the interiors of these very small organisms. And the interiors show little ribosomes and all sorts of interior guts, so they can't possibly be minerals. They've got to be some living form, regardless of what dogma the biologists say about the minimum size of life.
Hmm.
So,
it seems that you made this initial discovery of mineralized nanobacteria through a dumb luck. So how important is the serendipity in research?
Oh, I think it's the most important. When anybody breaks into a new field, it's always due to an accidental discovery that you don't expect. If you're working on things that you sort of know what you're going to get, you make little tiny steps forward. If you're going to something totally unknown, you have the possibility to make a great leap forward or precipitous fall, who knows? But it's always something new and something fascinating to work on, is new things like that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for
this.
Oh, we can move now to the other place and continue.
Okay. And we're working on the possibility that kaolin, which is aluminum silicate, may be precipitated by the same kinds of nanobacteria that precipitate carbonate. These little balls are probably nanobacterial cells. You see, this flake is made of aggregates of these little balls, and eventually you end up with nice hexagonal flakes. So this mineral, we think, is being precipitated by a combination of biologic, that is nanobacterial, plus inorganic precipitation, the inorganic making the nice crystal forms.
Wow. Well, don't talk too much because this is gonna go to the web, and you probably didn't publish yet.
Oh no, that's not published yet. I mean, we do all sorts of things that are not published yet.